Welcome to Evening News on Remote TV. I am Annie Babagbekeloloa. On national news, the presidency yesterday said Nigeria has created and saved over 2 million jobs through the implementation of the Economic Sustainability Plan (ESP), which began in June last year. The ESP, chaired by Vice President Yomi Osinbajo, designed the 2.3 trillion ESP as the country's response to the economic challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. While inaugurating the committee in March 2020, President Muhammadu Buhari charged members, among other things, to develop a clear economic sustainability plan in response to the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, provide fiscal and monetary stimulus package, including support to private businesses, and propose a clear-cut strategy to keep existing jobs and create opportunities for new ones. On local news, the day 2 of the 82nd anniversary of Aionian sports and academic competition started in the early hours of Friday, 26th of March 2021, as the 12 schools that made up Aionian Brotherhood came with their sprinters and athletes to begin the event of the day. The event was commenced by prayers and recitation of the national anthem, after which the track event started, which included relay, javelin and shot put for both male and female. The second heat of 100-meter boys saw an athlete who was disqualified due to false start, and the sprint was later won by Ondo Boys High School runner, while the 100 meters girls final was postponed to the 27th, which is Saturday. The organizers further encouraged both students and officials to maintain strictly to COVID-19 protocols, as this is equally important to ensuring safety of all participants from contracting the deadly virus. Still on local news, the symposium, which was held yesterday at Sir Olaniyan Ajayi Auditorium, Ishara Remo of Ogun State, themed Ishara Shishi Economic Development, Self-Help, Best Help, urged organizations around Ishara local government to try all the best possible in bringing development to Ishara first before any other area. Youth were also urged to get involved in agricultural businesses instead of waiting for a white-collar job which isn't forthcoming. On international news, China has imposed sanctions on 9 UK citizens, including the 5 MPs, for spreading what is called lies and disinformation about the country. The group are among the most vocal critics of China in the UK. It comes in retaliation for measures taken by the UK government on Monday over human rights abuses against the Uyghur Muslim minority group. Boris Johnson said those sanctions were shining a light on gross human rights violations. Freedom to speak out in opposition to abuse is fundamental, and I stand firmly with them, the Prime Minister said in a tweet. The Foreign Secretary said if Beijing wanted to credibly rebut the claims, it should allow UN access to Xinjiang. Those targeted by China include former conservative leader Sir Lane Duncan Smith, 2 peers, a lawyer and an academic. Sir Lane said we would wear the sanctions as a badge of honor. The response by China follows similar sanctions imposed on the European Union, which was part of the coordinated action on Monday, along with the UK, the US, and Canada. China has detained Uyghurs at camps in the northwest region of Xinjiang, where allegations of torture, forced labor, and sexual abuse have emerged. It has denied the allegations of abuse, claiming the camps and re-education facilities used to combat terrorism. On sports news, the devastated Sydney Roosters coach Trent Robinson has confirmed the Tricolor's worst fears, with halves Luke Keary and Lance Lam suffering ACL and medical knee injuries in a forgettable loss to South Sydney. If getting thumped by your arch rivals isn't bad enough, the Roosters will have to fight on without Keary and Lam for an extended period, while props Lindsay Collins would also face time on the sidelines after suffering a concussion. Robinson was shattered when asked about his slight injury toll post-game. The way we played the game was really disappointing, and then you load the injuries on top. You can imagine how it is going to be in the shirts, Robinson said. Lindsay is pretty clear and he is okay. Lachi, I think, it is medical, and Luke is ACL. Lastly, on entertainment news, you may have heard that Keeping Up with the Kardashians is coming to an end after 14 years and 20 seasons. Last night, the second episode of the final season aired. This week, we get into the storyline we've all been waiting for, the demise of Kim and Kanye's marriage. From fight over Kim refusing to find Kanye a band-aid to him feeling neglected after the birth of their kid and taking issue with her revealing Met Gala dress. KUWTK has long been subtly exposing the cracks in the relationship and justifying Kim's eventual decision to leave. The final straw reportedly came last summer when Kanye, after increasingly erratic behavior, publicly announced he and Kim had contemplated having an abortion when she was pregnant with Northwest. And now, this week's episode shows us exactly what went down behind the scenes. That is all we have for Evening News on Rema TV. You can follow us on every of our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Official Rema TV. You can also check us on our website at www.rematv.com.ng. Good night.